So, quick video. This is the Leatherman Micra. It's an excellent little keychain tool that lots of people use. I've had it on my keys for a very long time. But it has one flaw, in my opinion, which is that the scissor head is riveted together. And if the scissors ever get blunt, it's incredibly hard to sharpen them because you're having to get some kind of sharpening device inside that tiny gap. So what I've done to mine is I've modified it so you can take it apart and sharpen it. And I'll show you that now. So you'll notice that the rivet has been replaced with a small Torx nut and bolt. Well, it's a hex nut and Torx bolt. I'm not exactly too sure of the size. All I know is that it's a T6 Torx bit. The rest you'll have to figure out for yourself because these were just nuts and bolts I had lying around the workshop. I was quite concerned at first about this nut, about whether that would allow the tool to close, but what's been quite useful is finding out that one side of the Leatherman Micra is actually wider than the other. And when you close the tool, that sort of hex nut, if it'll focus, that hex nut fits in there quite perfectly and doesn't actually affect the tool closing at all. So I'll take it apart and show you what it looks like with the two halves. So there's your T6 bit. Just take that out and you can separate the two halves like this. You can then sharpen each blade independently, reassemble in reverse order. And another little thing to keep in mind is when you drill the rivet out, on one side of the Leatherman Micra it has a very deep countersink that the rivet head was in. And if you just put a normal nut on top of that, it will slightly slide side to side, I found. So what I did happen to find was a small hex nut that had a little internal lip on it like that, which helps center that hex nut over that countersunk hole. So I just put a small washer over mine like that. I then pop that in the countersunk rivet hole, pop the other half on, take your T6 bolt, pop that in, and then just tighten everything down. And if you've done it properly, that tool should work just fine. Doesn't really affect the springing at all. Maybe it's a little bit less springy than it was before, but still works fine. And there's zero side-to-side play. If you want it to be a bit more springy, you just loosen that bolt a little bit more. But that, to me, is a perfectly little useful mod and just adds to the versatility and life of the tool. So let me know what you guys think, whether or not you're going to do a similar mod to your Leatherman Micra. Thanks for watching.